whole fucking setup now. So it's like YouTube Studio Beta or some shit. I don't know. It's dumb. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. I'm Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. Digital Bacao is out for the week. For this week. I'll be back next week. So obviously we missed last week's show. But we'll talk Cowboy Cerrone getting that win over Iaquinta and then calling out Conor McGregor. First of all, let's talk about the fight itself. Okay. I thought Al had that fight in the first couple rounds, and then Cerrone, to both of our surprise, turned that shit around and got surgical with it. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, man. I mean, even you know what I like about this new Cowboy, this post-baby Cowboy, if you will, is he's very introspective and honest about his situation right now. Like, he addressed this after the fight. He's like, listen, the younger me might have folded after that first or second round because he's like, that first round I was lost, and you could tell he was low-key like you said, the first couple rounds you're looking, you're like, oh shit. If you're a Cowboy fan, you was probably sitting there going, I've seen this fucking movie before. Mm-hmm. I know exactly how this one's going to end. And I'll be son of a bitch if the third round, I think it was the third round one, when Cowboy kind of turned it on, took over the fight. Basically, in the fourth or fifth round, he was fucking Al up. Like, he really found his groove late in the fight, and that's not usually what Cowboy does. And I tell you what, motherfuckers better be worried about that. That was kind of your thing with Cowboy, is you could kind of jump on him early, and if you fucked up his rhythm and pace, he had a real hard time adjusting to that late in fights, it seemed like. It seemed like once you got him out of his game, dog, go back and look at the Nate Diaz fight and the RDA fight. They just overwhelmed him, and he just never could get it back in there. Al overwhelmed him early in the fight, but he turned it around. That is fucking impressive. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Bull fucking shit.
Yeah, well, he's calling himself old bastard cowboy. That's the best description ever.
Listen, who was it? That fucking prick, Alex Hernandez or whatever the fuck they called him, day drinking Don.
Day drinking cow.
Yeah, that is fucking dope. Day drinking Don is the fucking best, dog.
That seriously, like, Cowboy's one of the most fun motherfuckers, and it's really fucking sick to see him like actually possibly get a little bit of a stake or a claim at a title shot at some point.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about this. What was I going to say? The Conor call out. Okay, now we all know it's the money fight. It's not with Conor right now. It's not about a title. It's about either getting a title shot or getting paid.
Hold on. Let's talk about that. Okay. Cowboys addressed this several times now. He said, check it out. Conor's no longer the fucking money fight. Neither one of us have a belt. We ain't getting pay-per-view points, and ESPN then got the UFC got guaranteed money. So, like, now make no mistake about it. Any fight against Conor comes with a massive profile. There's a reason why Cowboy is asking for that fight in general. But I think he might have a little bit of a point far as, like, Conor's no longer champion. Fighting Conor doesn't necessarily guarantee you a six-figure payday anymore. Like, you're getting paid, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck Cowboy's getting paid, 100 to show or 200 to show or whatever, 200 to win.
Right.
That's it. Like, that won't change. Now, who knows who will sponsor him outside the cage leading up to a Conor fight and all that kind of jazz. There'll probably definitely be some, ways to garner some more money, but I don't think it's exactly what it used to be. Certainly not without Conor holding the belt.
Right. And I completely keep spacing on the fucking ESPN Plus deal. I mean, you heard Brock Lesnar retired, right? He goes, I'm retiring, not fighting anymore.
Well, it's gotta.
Yeah, but it's because it's like, you ain't going to pay me what I want. I'm not going to come fight. And the ESPN deal made it nice and cush for Dana White to be like, all right, whatever, we're not paying you that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get it. But regardless, you think they pony up for either Brock or Conor?
Not Brock. I think Brock definitely may have overplayed his hand, and rightfully so. I think the DC fight would have been cute, but at the end of the day, what's the long-term investment in Brock? Say Brock did beat DC, which, I mean, I know we all assume that's a shot in the wind, but just say the fucker got lucky, right? Then what? He's not going to fight that many more times. He's definitely not going to go on to be a reigning, defending champion for years. So they're probably, look, homeboy, couple mil or something. That's all we got for you. Now, again, and we'll get into Conor a couple more times later on the show because of a question we got on Instagram earlier. But I think people are really digging Conor's grave a little early here. I do think that the UFC will eventually put it. They want and need Conor back. Conor could potentially go on and fight for another couple years if he wins. if things are looking good and he feels good and he's winning, Connor's not old yet. He's not a fucking heavyweight that's strung out on fucking TRT and fucking HGH and who knows what the fuck else. I think they put the money out for Connor. Brock overplayed his hand.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I was one of the. I mean, I put it on Twitter. I was like, is anyone hurting here? Is anyone upset that Brock's retired? Does anyone care? I don't. I'm cool with Brock don't come back. Now we get DC Stipe. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I would have been stoked. I would have been, I don't know. Let's say on a level of 1 to 10, I would have been a solid 7.5, 8 if they'd have got Brock back. But to keep it a buck, I'm not much. I'm pretty excited for the rematch with Stipe.
Yeah,
like I would have been more excited for Brock. I'm not even gonna lie, because it just would have been Brock. I'm not gonna front like it wouldn't have had some more sexiness to it.
right.
But Stipe's not a bad. I can get over Brock pretty easily, and I imagine I speak for most of the fan base saying we ain't dying. Brock would have been kind of cute, but it's all good. We got a way credible child. And look, this is a way better fight. Keep it a bean. What happened in the first fight probably isn't going to happen again. This fight will probably be a lot closer. Even if DC still wins, he'll probably have to earn this one. I don't see him knocking Stipe out again. Certainly not in the first round like that. This shit ain't going to go like that again for sure.
Yeah. Now, Stipe hasn't been very active. I mean, he hasn't fought since July of last year, and that was when he lost to DC.
I tell you what, Stipe better hope it don't go like that again, Jack. If he waited all this time and then DC started keeping the first round, that's going to be, like you said, he ain't fought in so long. That's going to be a bad fucking look.
Yeah, it won't be good for him. Now, there was one question on the Instagram talking about what's next for like DC, or DC wants that John Jones fight, whatever. And I said this, look, if DC beats Stipe and John Jones should beat Santos, why not DC Jones 3 in the heavyweight for the belt, right?
I mean, as far as DC is concerned, it has to be, right? What else would if DC beats Stipe again?
Then what, right?
What other than John Jones, what could possibly be there for DC? The only issue is DC was on the Noses show Monday.
Yeah.
And he was saying he absolutely wants to fight at 205 on some Connor redemption shit. Like he needs it to be the same way, which is fucking cute. But the only way I really care about that fight is if it's a heavyweight. Sorry, DC, but I don't want to see you fight John Jones at 205 again, bro. Even if John did cheat the second time, it is what it is. That fight needs to happen at heavyweight. It needs to happen, but it needs to happen at heavyweight.
No, definitely needs to happen heavyweight. I really don't care to see DC go back down to 205. First of all, the cut would be retarded at this point. You see how big he got? He got big as fuck.
Right.
That cut would be so stupid, and I'd be worried about him missing weight. And then he gets in there, gets knocked out again. It's we'll have to cut with the 205. I want no excuses from anybody.
Right.
Him, DC in there at heavyweight. John Jones, no cut weight. We're fucking good to go and see the fight. But obviously, that to me, I think it depends on whether DC gets past Stipe, and I'm pretty sure, barring some fucking crazy knockout, that Jones should be able to handle Santos pretty well. So,
you know what though? I'll tell you something. At this point, I'm rooting for Santos heavy.
Really?
Every time they put John Jones in the cage with somebody that he should not be in there with, I'm hoping it backfires right in their fucking face. Because it shouldn't be happening.
Right.
All due respect to Thiago Santos, he shouldn't be holding John Jones's jockstrap right now. I mean, let's just keep it a fucking bean. He got knocked out by David Branch at middleweight. I hate to keep beating that fucking drum, but do we not know who the fuck John Jones is? We're talking about the dude that starched out DC. Have y'all seen that dude fight before? You're right. If Thiago don't land a lucky punch, he is going to get the shit beat out of him by John Jones, Jack. It's going to be a methodical, surgical fucking beating.
Yeah, it's gonna be it should be bad for Jones, but I'm with you. I do find myself rooting for whoever's I was rooting for Lionheart when I was at 235. Just come on, just a fucking real quick knockout. You shouldn't be in there anyway.
Right.
Rocky this shit. Let's go. And no,
right.
Unfortunately, but you know how it goes. All right. Rumble Johnson just got arrested for what was it? Domestic violence, domestic whatever.
Yeah, everybody kept saying read the story. Did you read the story? Because I didn't read the story. So what's the fucking details?
Apparently, his chick was losing her mind. For some reason was getting really upset, and they were arguing, and he didn't want to argue anymore. But instead of walking away, he did what they called a football hold, like a football hold. They said they I mean, I'm assuming he went around her like this and like
and
grabbed her
like
and
bear
held her, bear hugged her, and walked her into another room and left her there, something like that. But he didn't like hit her, right?
Right.
And so, but they call it a football hold. It's whatever the fucking reason they came up with that. But regardless, he got arrested for that. Now he has a history of arrests. I think one other arrest for domestic violence, and you know that's the one that people have been talking about for a while. It kind of died out, and then this one came up. So I don't know like what kind of charges. I mean, I know he's charged with domestic violence, whatever. But like, I don't know like if he's actually gonna, you know, if the case is gonna hold too well, right?
Right.
But did you read the whole? I mean, what was your take on it as soon as you heard it? Because my first I was like, get the fuck out of here. Then I actually read the story and I was like, it's not as clear cut as everyone thinks.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even. You just told me the story. I didn't even read the details. But I don't know, man. It's his fault,
right?
You know. He already knows that he has these. Like he should have got the fuck away from her. First off, he needs to stop dating bitches that he needs to hold down. Like,
motherfucker.
Real talk, you gotta find you some different type of broads, AJ. What the fuck? You can't be dating these. I mean, real shit. Like you clearly have the personality where you cannot date these type of women who act fucking crazy, and y'all have these tumultuous relationships. A, you have an anger problem, it seems. B, you're a fucking former fighter. God damn it. C, you're huge. And you've got previous charges. Like you cannot do this, dog. You cannot have, you know, these sort of situations pop up. And if they do, you have got to leave the premises. Bear hugger. Bruh. Like, I respect that, like, as opposed to smacking the dog shit out of her.
Yeah.
But like, you also gotta realize that's not gonna work either. You can't fucking hold her like that. What the fuck?
Yeah. So this is a story off of a Bleacher Report. I think TMZ is the one that got the story first. But it says former UFC fighter Anthony Johnson was arrested on domestic violence charges following an argument with his girlfriend on Monday, according to TMZ Sports. The woman told police that Johnson forcefully picked her up and carried her into another room while she was trying to pack his belongings to throw him out of the house. So he was about to get kicked out. And so, So anyway, Johnson reportedly admitted to grabbing and carrying her, though he denied any intent to harm. Now the other domestic violence thing or whatever he had before was from August 2010, and he was given 3 years probation on the misdemeanor charge. And
whoa, hold on. So she was packing this motherfucker's bags and telling him he's got to leave, and he decided that he was gonna grab her up and take her somewhere and hold her there.
Like he picked her up and like moved her to another room.
Yeah, AJ, that's not actually how this works.
Right.
Like, I don't know if they were in that young lady's house, but I'm assuming if she's kicking him out, that must have. I don't think she was kicking him out of his house. I can't assume.
I didn't say.
So you have to go when that starts happening. Like, again, it's admirable that you didn't smack the fuck out of her, I suppose, with your history. But like, you can't just grab her up. You know, what the fuck, my dude, she's packing your bags to go, bro. You gotta go. You can't just bear hug her and not go. Put her in a different room. Like, well, but I didn't hit her though. I wasn't gonna beat her up. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, but you got to get the fuck out of her house, my guy.
Yeah, like if she's kicking you, like look, if she's kicking you out instead of grabbing her, you know, moving her around, just fucking leave and
you
then fucking deal with it.
Like, dude, if she's kicking you out, you can't sit down on the couch, let alone grab her. Like, yeah, now that little wrinkle thrown in, yeah, you was dead in the wrong, AJ. Like, bro, if she's kicking you out, as mad as it might make you, you gotta go. Like, you can't even just not leave. You gotta leave. You definitely can't touch her. Grab her or push her, trip her, poke her. You can't do nothing to her but get the fuck out of her house, dude.
Yeah, you literally can't do shit. Like,
it's certainly being an ex-fighter, being a fucking bodybuilder. You know what I mean, bro? You fucking can't pull your hands out of your pocket. Get the fuck out of the house. I know it probably pisses you off. It's easy for me to say, but like that's what you have got to do. And I tell you what AJ needs. He needs fucking better friends or managers or somebody that can, he can call at that moment. They can say, yo, get out of there now. Don't do nothing. Don't say shit to her. Don't touch her. Get the fuck out of there now.
Yeah, no, he should have fucking bailed out hard. And honestly, like, you would think he would know better, but I honestly think he's kind of a dumbass. Like, he's kind of showing it, right?
He's in jail, so
yeah. Frederick says, "LOL, AJ's an idiot." Joe Tremendous says, "AJ's a moron." Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, no denying it, dog.
Yeah. What's up, boys? What's up, QC? He says, I said, "What's up, QC?" He goes, "Nothing, nothing blunt in Celtics game. Thumbs down." Yeah, Celtics are about to get kicked out of the playoffs. Sorry, bro. Anyway, so what was the other thing? Did you see this shit with Ben Askren and Jordan Burroughs?
Oh yeah.
Did you watch it?
Oh, that was fucking pleasurable, boy.
I enjoyed the fuck out of that, and I watched the entire thing. I enjoyed the fuck out of that.
In hindsight, what in the fuck was Ben thinking? God damn, I don't know that much about wrestling. I know who Jordan Burroughs is. I've heard of the guy. I know he's a bad, one of the greatest wrestlers. He's a fucking goat in wrestling.
Monster.
But I've heard that Ben was an Olympic, whoever the fuck, and clearly does his thing in MMA. So everybody was saying that obviously Jordan Burroughs is going to win, but maybe it'll be slightly competitive. Listen, Conor did way better against Floyd than Ben did against Jordan, Jack. Like, Jordan Burroughs just steamrolled Ben Askren. He didn't have nothing for him. He's getting stuck off the fucking podium and shit.
Conor landed, okay? Ben didn't do shit. Yeah, fucking Ben lost was like 11-0.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Listen, we call that a big boy skunk. That's what we call that. He got big boy skunk. He didn't get a fucking point off, Jack. They could have just went home after 9.
Hell yeah, they should have been like a mercy rule or something.
Yeah, like, yo, that's a wrap, Jack. You just out here getting owned.
Yeah, no, it was hilarious to watch. It was awesome to watch, honestly. I enjoyed fucking watching the whole thing. I was watching on my phone and shit.
Shout out to Ben for doing it. Shout out to Ben for doing it. That's cool, man. Like, he went in there and got destroyed, but he a lot of people don't got the I don't know. They won't let their ego suffer something like that. So that was pretty cool. And it's his thing too. You know what I mean? For all the people out there like, oh my God, Ben Askren can't be. Oh yeah, he can.
Like, and look, dude, they put like 5,000 butts in seats for wrestling.
Yeah,
okay? That's huge.
That's impressive.
Right. And then these motherfuckers, and then these for the Olympics want to take them. They want to take wrestling out of that fucking Olympics. Fuck out of here with this shit. These guys sold out of fucking whatever little event it was. All right, that's fucking great. Joey says, "What up?"
Go ahead. No, go
ahead. What up?
I was just gonna say, I think that's a great idea. This whole Eddie Bravo invitational thing and the what was it, Metamorphosis or Metamorphosis?
Metamorphosis. Yeah.
Metamorphosis. And now you have this with the wrestling and shit. This is fucking cool, man. I like this fucking shit. They should do more of this.
No, for sure, man. It was what was it called? Beat the Streets, I think is what they call this wrestling thing. So that was pretty fucking cool. I'll watch it again if they do it again. Joey says Askren sucks and Masvidal. It's Masvidal, bro. All right, but he says Masvidal is gonna fuck him up.
I hope,
man.
But but that's what makes MMA so amazing and pure, though. It's crazy, but like, if Ben Askren and Jordan Burroughs have been in a fight, that might have looked a lot different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, if they would have put a little cage up around there and shit, like that thing could have turned out a lot different, man. Ben Askren can fight. Like, he's going to lean on his wrestling, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think that changes the game completely. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wonder if Jordan Burroughs can. I don't know what weight
I think he's flirted with the idea of fighting a bunch, but I think he's also kind of said that it's a no-go.
Well, look, if Gordon Ryan's going to fight MMA at some point, this kid can do it too. So
that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, Frederick says, yep, he did. Ben is awesome. A cunt from time to time, but a goddamn funny cunt he is. I agree. As much as I don't care for Ben Askren, I do enjoy the shit he says.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the bottom line. Is the UFC better and funner with Ben Askren in it? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Just point blank, it is. It is.
Yep, exactly. Frederick says, I want to see Lomachenko in MMA. He get taken down so fast. Like, I mean, look, you had to get through that volley of strikes, but if you can and take his ass down.
I mean, I do love the idea of those things. I love the idea of putting Lomachenko with Dominic Cruz and DC for a year or two, and maybe like seeing what he could do if you gave him a couple other tools. It would be interesting, though. His footwork and his hands obviously are skyrocketed.
No, yeah, exactly. Check this out. Yoel Romero versus Paulo Costa targeted for UFC 241.
Yeah, it's only the 36th time they've fucking scheduled that fight, but whatever.
It's probably not gonna happen. I'm just saying. It probably will not happen, which is fucking sad, but yeah, fuck. All right. What else we got? We talk about do we have something else we want to talk about?
Well, we got the fight coming up.
Well, fuck it. Let's talk about this weekend and see if it comes back in my head. I knew I had something else, but all right. So UFC 237 from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, this weekend on pay-per-view. Let's just go through the card real quick before we talk about the main fights. The early prelims are on Fight Pass at 3:15 my time, making it so 3:15 Pacific time, like 6:15 Eastern time.
Oh yeah, yep. I was about to say, damn, 3:15. I forgot you on the West Coast.
Yeah. We got just some names that everyone will recognize. Warley Alves is on the early prelims. Sergio Moraes, Raoni Barcelos. A lot of Brazilians, obviously, they're in Brazil. Then the prelims, the regular prelims are on ESPN, just regular ESPN. You got BJ Penn against Clay Guida, Irene Aldana against Betch Correia, Thiago Moises against Kurt Holobaugh, and the featured prelim is Antonio Rogero Nogueira, which is Lil Nog against Ryan Spann.
Listen, slow down.
Yeah.
Listen, all right. I want to ask my faithful brethren, Mr. Eddie, and all of our faithful watchers to do me a favor after the BJ Penn fight this weekend. If indeed BJ Penn does get finished by Clay Guida, I am here and now asking that we get a nice little hashtag/petition. BJ, please retire. Something along those lines going on Twitter. If he fucking gets finished by Clay this weekend, can we please just not stop bothering BJ until he just retires? Like this is the end of the fucking road, Jack. Like
it has to be, especially look, win or lose, it has to be the end.
Kinda, yeah. Like what? I mean, look, if he fucking wins, fair enough.
Yeah.
But god damn it, if he fucking loses and gets finished again, it's the end of the fucking line for BJ. I mean, what in the fuck are we doing? I was one of those delusional BJ fans for a long time that thought, well, maybe if fucking gets a couple wins, he's back in the title hunt.
Yeah.
Jack, that boat has sailed big fucking time. Like it is over for BJ.
It has to be. Look, if he gets finished by Clay Guida, of all people, and look, Clay Guida's a bad motherfucker in his own right. I'm not saying anything bad about Clay.
Clay Guida's 147.
Exactly. He shouldn't be finishing anybody.
Yeah. He can barely finish his fucking sandwich at lunch at this fucking point, Clay Guida.
So especially if BJ loses and gets finished and shit. If he loses at all, but especially if he gets finished, Dana White needs to go sit with him, have that Chuck Liddell talk. Like, hey, look, man.
Please
sit down. Just chill, dude. You're done.
Yeah.
All right. And then I didn't realize fucking Lil Nog was still fighting.
He gets fucking finished. It's a wrap for him too.
Fucking Betch Correia was telling people in interviews that people were like asking for her to get a fight. Like people want me back. I'm like, what?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, chick. I don't think so. Anyway. You got knocked out by a chick with no hands.
Yeah.
Like you not only knocked out, you got embarrassed. Face first on the Compton poster.
Who did she ever beat that made us even know her name? Like, why doesn't anybody even know Betch Correia's name? Did she like get a win that mattered? Like, she got that one. She's like the Little Nas X of Brazil. Female Brazilian MMA. Yeah, like one good win somewhere, and now we all know her name. But I've never seen her do nothing but get whooped on.
Yeah, let me pull up her record, but she is 10-3-1, I think.
Who was one of those 10 wins that made us give a fuck about Betch Correia fucking 4 years later after I've seen her get thumped on like 6 times in a row?
Let's see. So let's go back to some names we can. So she beat Julie Kedzie by split decision in 2013. She beat Jessamine Duke by decision in 2014. She beat Shayna Baszler by TKO in 2014. Then gets fucking knocked the fuck out by Ronda in August 2015. Loses to Raquel Pennington by the split in 2016. Later that year, beats Jessica Eye by split decision. That's what it is.
That was the one. That was the one.
Yeah, gets a
Jessica
draw against
Eye by split decision.
Yeah, gets a draw against Marion Reneau, and then loses to Holly Holm by TKO by KO. Now here's the thing that bothers me about Holly Holm. It took to the third round for her to knock out Betch Kohei. That shit should have been like round 1, honestly. But fair enough. All right, main card on pay-per-view at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Kicked off with Francisco Trinaldo, still doing fucking main cards against. And what's up?
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah. That tells you about this card. A lot of people are thinking it's weak. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Francisco Trinaldo against Carlos Diego Ferreira. That's Mutante. For those that I think Mutante. Am I getting the right guy? Whatever. Cesar Ferreira. Or Carlos. No, that's Cesar Ferreira. My bad. Carlos Ferreira is Diego Ferreira. Then you got Thiago Alves coming back against Laureano Staropoli, who's an 8-1 guy. Jose Aldo taking on Alexander Volkanovski.
There we go.
Is no one to fucking stick your nose up at. That dude can fucking go. Here's a weird one. Don't want to kind of make your eyebrow go up like, huh? But Jared Cannonier against Anderson Silva. And then main event, obviously, Rose Namajunas coming into enemy territory to defend her belt, which I think was only done one other time. I'm thinking Ronda Rousey did that, right? Against Betch Kohei. Yeah. Ronda against Betch. So Betch Kohei has fought for a title. What the fuck? Anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, Thug Rose against Jessica Andrade. All right, so Jared Cannonier against Anderson Silva. I have a feeling that Cannonier is gonna get the spider, like pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anderson Silva's in a weird spot too, man. I don't know what you do with these guys to really. I mean, like, all joking aside, I guess if he wants to fight, I suppose you let him fight. But it's just getting to the point to where it's like, I don't know. You got to match make him a little better. I don't give a fuck about Anderson Silva fighting Jared Cannonier, and that's with the utmost respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm sure Jared will be a title challenger or possibly be a title challenger. I'm sure he has a bright future in the division. But Anderson only has so many fights left, and no matter how many times he loses in a row, he'll still be Anderson Silva. Just like BJ Penn or like the rest of them. It's like, I don't know, like he just needs to be fighting other people. And I'm not even saying I have a great name in mind per se, but like, I just don't like the idea of him fighting these like younger guys on the come up. Like, maybe if it was a big star or something, but again, with all due respect to Jared Cannonier, he's not really that guy. The Killer Gorilla. Like, what is this, man? Like, it's, I don't know. It just, what does this fight represent for anybody? What's it matter? If Anderson wins or if he loses, like, it feels like no matter what happens in this fight, it's going to be, so what?
Here's the thing. If Cannonier beats him, he gets to add Anderson Silva's name to his record, right? He could use that however he wants. Now, we know, you and I know that, okay, right? This Anderson Silva, all right. If he beats the Anderson Silva before he loses to Chris Weidman twice, then you got something huge. But other than that, like, if you beat Anderson Silva now, you're like, all right. But if Anderson Silva beats Jared, he just wins at home. That's kind of all he's got on that one.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, and look, he'll deserve more than that because it's a big fucking win. But at the end of the day, if he wins, people will just be like, okay, yeah, true, but he's the fucking Michael Jordan of MMA, and this other dude is somebody we've never heard of. So even if he is a really tough, athletic, blah, 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 he was fighting the fucking GOAT in Brazil. So,
and look, Anderson Silva's got 44 fights under his belt. Okay, 44.
Yeah.
Jared's got 15.
Right. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like,
the experience factor is huge. So I mean, if he beats Jared, it's like, well, of course he fucking lost to Anderson Silva. And if Jared beats Anderson Silva, it's like, well, of course it's old Anderson Silva. Like, who fucking cares? Like, that's gonna be the talk on it. Exactly.
And that's why I don't love it. It's like, I wish Anderson was just in there with like another legend or something possibly. Yeah. And Jared Cannonier should be in there with another younger, tough fucking wolf.
Yeah.
This just it feels strange. Look, I get it though. Anderson won the fight. He is basically royalty. It's Brazil.
Yeah.
You got to get him a fight. So if Jared Cannonier was the guy putting his fucking hand up saying, put me in, coach, I suppose I understand. But from a fan's perspective, and listen, this is a pay-per-view. We're supposed to be paying for this. There's nothing really sexy about this other than we get to watch Anderson perform. But what in the fuck, you know?
Yeah, shit, man. I don't know about paying for this one. Fucking.
Jeez,
All due respect to Jared Cannonier, but if that's the dude in the co-main event, no, I'm good, man. No, that being said, Jose Aldo taking on Alexander Volkanovski, that's a fight. I think that's a really good fight. Volkanovski's already come out saying he wants to knock out Aldo. He wants to beat Aldo. He wants to beat Holloway too.
I mean,
right? He might maybe do it.
He might. Fucking. He has the right style to make this a very interesting fight. I won't say he has the right style to beat Jose because, you know, he's not quite fucking Jeremy Stevens, but he's in that pocket, a fucking tough guy that punches real fucking hard and basically wants to just stand and bang for the most part and can take one to give one. But I thought that Jeremy Stevens was eventually going to knock out Jose Aldo, and he didn't. He didn't, yeah. Jose Aldo, come to find out, it's a wily old vet with a lot of experience. It can hurt you in a lot of different ways. That might be the case here. I don't know. That's what makes this fight kind of interesting. We've seen this a couple times now where they put these young cats up there against Jose, and he's been fucking snuffing them. And I'll tell you another thing. If Jose wins, for all of me, I say they gave him a title shot.
Really? Against Holloway?
I know. I get it.
No, but against Holloway, though?
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. He's about to retire. Look, he will have been, at that point, he will have beaten Jeremy Stevens, Moicano, right? That's who he beat last time?
Yeah, he beat Moicano, yeah.
And then now Volkanovski.
Yeah.
What in the fuck? At 45 right now, that's a pretty fucking impressive run to go on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's his last fight after that, like the retirement fight, win, lose, or draw, yeah, fuck it, man. I mean, it's not ideal that Max is still champ, but, you know, what the fuck? Put him in there against some fucking wolves.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Jose against Brian Ortega for whatever reason. I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, I guess that would be bad either. But if Jose's only got one fight left, I say we fucking do him a side.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be all right with that.
Take a fucking beating. He needs a rebound fight.
Fucking hell, Max took a beating. Jesus Christ. All right. And then Thiago Alves is on the card, but you know that dude's been. If he makes weight, you know he's just another guy in the card. All right, let's just talk about main event. Rosa Namajunas against Jessica Andrade. A lot of back and forth on this. I haven't seen much of an agreement on. Actually, you know what? Let me catch up on comments. Sorry, folks. I completely forgot that the comment window finally popped up. Shout out to Jeremiah, the Hardcore MMA show, hanging out. Says, yo, what up, my hardcore ladies and gentlemen? QC says, who's ordering this one? Probably not many. Then HMSG says, hashtag BJ stop.
Yes, there we fucking go. Please remember that shit and take a bookmark of it, Jack.
Yeah. QC says, oh shit, Frederick's calling Clay's gonna win. So, and he says easily. God, I hope not. QC says BJ Penn could fight CM Punk. So could we, but we're not fucking doing it.
Yeah, no shit. I've been wanting that fight for years. You understand me? I've been asking for that fight for years, Jack.
Oh shit! And then HM says, "Yo, this is the worst pay-per-view card." Yeah, well, you know, we're in the ESPN. Dog. Yeah, we're in the ESPN era. All right, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna give a fuck about loading cards anymore. Jerry used to be a heavyweight. Says QC. Yep, he's been heavyweight 205er and not 185er. Frederick says that's right. A reverse and less retarded version of Rumble. Oh yeah. Talking about Jerry coming back down. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. QC says, would you rather see Conor and Cowboy or Conor Aldo at 155? What do you think? I kind of want to see Conor Aldo.
Nah, I mean at this point,
okay,
Conor,
for Aldo. For Aldo.
Sure, yeah. For Aldo, sure.
If Aldo somehow starches this cat, and then, you know.
Yeah. I don't think Conor ever agrees to that. But yeah, as Jose for sure. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. I'd be down with that.
If you can't get Max and nobody's trying to do that's the next best thing to a fucking championship fight that you could get would be redemption at Conor. So yeah. But if I'm Conor, it's Cowboy all day long.
Fuck yeah, it's a Cowboy fight.
I mean, shit.
Honestly, I'd rather have the Cowboy fight, but I'd be okay if they did Conor Aldo for Aldo's last fight. And if Cowboy would want to take some time, and then after that, you give him Cowboy, and then you give Conor a title shot at 55. You know,
Right.
You know, hoping Khabib loses to Poirier or somebody, but I honestly don't want to see Conor get in there and get smashed again, because that would just be like, not sad. I'd enjoy it, but at the same time, it'd be like, we already saw this. Like, I didn't want to pay for this. You know what I mean?
It just depends. It just depends.
It depends, yeah. So anyway, so Thug Rose against Jessica Andrade. Who you picking?
Oh man,
right? Nobody can fucking make up their mind.
Yeah, this is a good fight, man. I want to say Jessica Andrade. I feel like her pressure and the hometown crowd. I just feel like it's not really a good stylistic matchup for Rose.
Right.
But Rose is a special type of fighter, man. She, you know what I'm saying? She has the ability to really rise to the occasion. And it's hard to really pick against her because of that. Like, all things being equal, I would say Jessica Andrade. Like, that's what my, brain tells me immediately. But like my heart kind of like says Rose can pull off some bullshit. Like, I can see her taking a little bit of a beating and then fucking whipping out a flying fucking triangle or some crazy shit like that. I'm going to just go with my gut and say that Jessica Andrade does it and gets the belt and the, what is it? Fucking, where we at? Strawweight? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, strawweight.
Strawweight, female strawweight. Ends up being a little chaotic with the belt bouncing around a little bit. But I would not be surprised if Rose pulled off some shit, because I feel like she's just that type of fighter. I feel like she should lose this fight, but she could definitely. I feel like Jessica Andrade has a lot more of a focused direction to win, like just overwhelm Rose with strikes and pressure. But I feel like Rose has a lot more of a diverse selection to win. Like, she could fuck around and win with strikes and playing a karate fucking type of point fighting type game, or she could possibly out grapple her and submit her. Like, I feel like she's got a lot more of a varied attacks to win, but Jessica Andrade has a lot more of a sure thing.
Right. No, look, I think, and let me pull up the comments, see what people are saying about this fight. But whatever, it was good. Actually, yeah, guys, everyone in the comment section, put in there who you think is gonna win and why, I guess, or how. All right. I like Thug Rose to outlast her. Now, I don't remember how good Jessica Andrade's gas tank is, right? But I would assume that going in there in a big moment like this, pressure, emotions, all that shit, that, she might gas at some point, right?
Yeah,
to me,
that's a good point.
To me, it's Jessica Andrade. Either if Jessica Andrade wins, it's going to be, I think, by knockout within the first 3 rounds. After that, I think Thug Rose, is going to just pick her apart and win by points. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to the ground and Thug Rose had I took her back and after a while finished her. But remember, Jessica Andrade is she's no punk on the ground. She's fucking good. But I just think it comes down to that gas tank, man. Because look, Rose hung with like a multiple time world Muay Thai champ. She's got hands. All right, she can stand with anybody at this point, right? It's just whether Jessica Andrade can land a fucking devastating knockout. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Andrade has a lot more power than fucking
Rose. Yeah.
No. The fucking
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Jesus Christ, that fucking name, Jędrzejczyk. Yeah, Andrade, because Jędrzejczyk did catch Rose.
Yeah.
If Andrade hits her with some of those shots, it's curtains.
Yep, I think so too. So I think it's going to be up to Rose to have like perfect footwork, get in and out, move the angles.
At least those first 2 rounds.
Right.
She has to be very careful with. Like, you're absolutely right, though. As the fight goes on, I think the fight favors Rose in a big way. But those first 2 rounds, she has to be very careful with Andrade.
I'd have to agree with that. In the comment section, Frederick says Rose because she surprised the fuck out of me with Joanna. QC says Jessica for the pressure. Her power, I think, will overwhelm Rose. Yep. Raider says I'm taking Andrade because of her power. Goddamn, she KOs Rose like KK. That'd be insane. Frederick says a lot more power, yes, but so did Chris Cyborg. That's a good point. But at the same time, we all knew Amanda Nunes had, fucking cannons for arms.
Equal power. Too.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know how equal until she knocked her the fuck out.
But she packed some stank too. Rose is, a bit more like fucking, Johanna, a volume striker as opposed to a power striker.
Yeah. Jeremiah says, I think Rose uses the same game plan that JJ did. I mean, it's her only option. You sure as fuck don't want Andrade to close the distance. Yeah, you need to keep Rose needs to keep her at range. Use that footwork, you know what I mean? In and out. I think Rose would be pretty good getting in there, landing, and just barely getting out of the way of Andrade's, counters. But it's gonna be a fun fight, man. I'm definitely watching it.
I wonder if Rose could put some offensive wrestling on her funny ass in that first round. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
What, Rose try to take her down?
Yeah, put her on her back in that first round, man. Why trifle with her?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Take her down and wear her out, man. Because I will tell you this: the only way she will win this fight is through her power striking and volume. You know what I mean? Pressure.
Yeah.
If Rose can take that away from her, she's gonna be fucked.
Big time. All right. So you picked Andrade. I'm picking.
I am picking Andrade.
Yeah, I'm picking Rose on that one. All right, so I'm gonna go into the Instagram stuff.
All right, I already know the one, Jack.
Let's go to that one. The
one was the fucking Conor one. So we got a question. They said, "Is Cowboy the only fighter that Conor McGregor can beat in the top 5 right now?" Right? I think it was something like that.
It's okay. So here it is. Cowboy is the only top 5 lightweight that Conor has a chance against. Do you agree? And I reposted it on our story on Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, it's Keyboard Warriors MMA, all in one word. Hit us with a follow back. So I posted that question with the I put the top 6 on there. Well, top 7 technically, right? So Khabib's a champion, Poirier is an interim. Then you got Tony Ferguson at number 2, Conor's 3. Cerrone's 4, Justin Gaethje's 5, and Iaquinta is 6. So this dude's basically saying that Dustin, Tony, and Justin Gaethje and Khabib, basically maul Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Because he's saying that Cowboy's the only guy that Conor has a chance against. I mean, I think Justin Gaethje would be in deep shit against Conor, personally. But because he gets hit a lot. But okay, so what do you think of this whole thing? Because I know you wanted to talk about it.
Listen, let me tell you something. Complete number 1 bullshit. Number 1. Okay, let's start from the top. Khabib. Fair enough. I'll give you that one. Conor probably don't want that smoke. But to be fair, the prick is like 47-0, and apparently nobody on God's green earth wants that smoke right now. So move on. Who's the next one? I love this.
What? The next one on the rankings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pull it right back up. This shit fucking lost me on that. But all right. So Dustin Poirier is number 1.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Stop there. Now, to all my fucking fellow MMA fans who might just be getting to the sport yesterday, let me give you a little fucking history lesson here, guys. They've actually fought before. And Big Daddy Conor starts him out in the first round. Was it the first round? Am I
I believe it was the first round. Yeah, because he was like, because Conor, that's when they started doing the Mystic Mac shit.
Yeah. First round. Second at best. Snuffed him right out. Now, doesn't mean that it would happen again. And we could have that conversation. I'm sure that people would make that argument that their careers have changed a lot since then. I would make the argument that not so much. Right. Not so much. They're still essentially the same fighters. I think that Dustin is on a hot streak right now, but all things considered, he hasn't really put a whole lot of new tools in his chest. I think that fight could really pan out the same exact way.
I would not mind seeing Dustin Poirier against Conor McGregor run it back, and then winner gets Khabib if Khabib gets injured or something. Anyway,
hypothetically, sure.
Yeah. All right, number 2, Tony Ferguson is back. He has met with the UFC. What do you think of that fight?
Hot take, boys.
Okay.
Easiest fight in the top 5 for Conor.
What?
Easiest fight in the top 5 for Conor. Tony fucking Ferguson and his goofy, herky-jerky style. Bam. Down goes Tony. I'm telling you, Tony's awkward striking, Conor would fuck Tony up. He would sit there and bob around at range, and eventually Conor would catch him with an uppercut and flat fucking starch Tony, and we'd all be sitting around fucking with our jaws on the floor, fucking, calling back. People kill me with the fucking Floyd fight. I always bring, he's fucking 0-2 in his last fight. Shut the fuck up. He lost to fucking goddamn Khabib. That's it. Tony's the easiest fight in the top 5, stylistically speaking, in my personal humble opinion.
So Frederick says Dustin will lose again too. And Raider says, "Oh my God, shut the fuck up." And then Frederick agrees with you about Ferguson. He goes, "Ferg gets hit a lot." And Raider says, "No, Fred." Raiders upset. Jeremiah says, "Dustin at lightweight is a much different fighter than he was at featherweight. Just his power alone." 100%.
Very good point. Very good point.
You gotta kind of equate it though. Connor's power beat just
sure.
Better too.
That would be the same thing, right?
I think the biggest difference would be lack of activity on Connor's part.
Yeah, and just motivation at this point.
Right.
Connor was a lot hungrier back then than he is now.
Yeah, I wonder if whatever next fight he has next, like if he loses that, he'll like question it.
But okay, and then to carry on, Justin Gaethje was the next one. Again, I think is quite frankly an easy fight for Connor. I think if they fight, Justin Gaethje's got a puncher's chance in that fight, and that's it. I know he can take a beating, but let me tell you something. If he fought Connor, he would indeed take a beating. Dude, Connor's fucking footwork and his striking is nice, guys. Let's not let that fucking Khabib fight fool everybody.
Like, if you think Connor's going to get into a brawl with Justin Gaethje, you're out of your mind.
And if you don't, he's got the footwork and the fucking the hands and the movement to avoid him and the kicks and shit. He would be teeping him in the fucking chest and the stomach all night.
Yes, sir. All right, so Justin's number 5, Donald's number 4. But apparently these guys saying that he's a
and that would be a fun fight. Like I still
think
I think Connor wins that fight at this point, but fucking Donald's a wily old vet. Like he's another one that would be hard to bet against at this point.
I forgot who Cowboy fought last, but he took that motherfucker down and tapped him out. Okay, that dude's got a mad ground game. Cowboy's a black belt and he can wrestle, so don't forget that shit.
Yep.
He just prefers to strike. And then let's go into number 6 for shits and giggles. Iaquinta. Yeah, I think he sneaky gives him a hard fight, but he doesn't beat Connor.
No. I think Al tries to strike at first and starts getting peppered up, and then tries to make it a boring fight in wrestling. I still think that Connor's grappling would be good enough. Like again, people be letting that Khabib fight fool them, dog. Khabib is a different animal. I think that Connor could grapple with most of these guys, and I don't mean that he could like beat them or nothing. I just think that he could do well enough to impose his striking on them. Al's by far a better grappler than Connor, but I think Connor would be able to do just enough to fucking punch that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I'm with you. Not to mention you have to shoot in there, and Connor's speed and position's so fucking good. He probably catch him on the way in.
And look,
Al's not that quick, by the way.
We'll see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Connor has lost a major step and everybody else is right. Maybe. But to this point, him losing to Khabib the way he did in that Floyd fight, like I'm not convinced. I'm still waiting to see Connor really look bad in the fight. I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, same. Other than the Khabib fight, obviously.
But frankly, if they don't do the Tony Khabib fight, I love Tony Connor. Stylistically and for all the hype, I think, and for the rightful fucking shit, that's a good fight.
Right. Oh shit, I hadn't seen this yet, but it was to be expected. Monster Energy has officially, this is from at MMA or at Madness MMA Plus. So I'm sure it's somewhere else, but this is where I'm seeing it. Monster Energy has officially dropped TJ Dillashaw from his sponsorship. This comes after the 33-year-old who was handed a 2-year suspension by USADA for testing positive for EPO prior to this fight with Sam Cejudo. That's what happened when you fuck up. You lose your sponsors,
no shit.
What are you gonna do? All right. Let's see. Jeremiah says Connor leaves that lead leg out there for Justin to just turn it into a hamburger meat. But he would have to watch the counter that's coming as soon as he throws that kick. But Justin looked very good. Right, but that counter is gonna be right there.
You're right. You said the counter. But yeah, that's a good point though. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But I do think that Connor would see that coming. At least Connor's team, if he can keep. That's another interesting point to make on this too. If Connor did in fact leave, what's the old Irish prick's name that he was training with? Straight blast
John Kavanaugh.
Yeah, if he did leave Kavanaugh, that might be an issue too. That would be something that as a Connor fan, I would not be a big fan of him leaving John Kavanaugh at all. I think John Kavanaugh's a really, really smart fight guy. He's like the fucking Irish Greg Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's see what else we got. I'm just reading the topics and the things. It says Cowboy was Connor, make it happen, Dana. And then Rumble, the woman beater. We talked about that. Ben Askren is a joke. Yeah.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar is a bitch. I'm like, please tell it to his face. Please. Watch it.
Yeah.
This guy goes, Ben Askren's going to lay on Masvidal and pound his head in for 3 rounds. Don't at me. Yeah, well, everyone thought Till was going to fuck up Masvidal, and that didn't happen. Jessica Andrade is taking Rose's belt this weekend for Brazil. And you picked Andrade, but yeah. So we talked about that. Brian Ortega doesn't deserve the rematch for his Max. Certainly not right now. Like right away, no. But give him a couple big wins.
What else is that feather? Who like if Volkanovski loses to Aldo, who is that 45 for fucking Max then?
Jeez. Fuck, I'm about to look up the fucking rankings.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see the Ortega fight either, but let's not act like it's absurd or something. There's not a long queue of people at featherweight right now that Max hasn't put a beating on already. Right,
exactly. But I mean, I think I'm coming from it from the fact that he got mauled against Brian did. I mean, against Holloway.
Yeah, well, no, completely. But so, what the fuck?
So again, the fight that I want to see is Brian Ortega against Jose Aldo, right? And so Aldo's number 1, Ortega's number 2. Frankie Edgar's there at number 3.
There it is. That's who fucking Max Holloway should be fighting. I forgot Frankie Edgar even existed.
Yeah, I thought he did. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's a good fight.
How about that dude?
Volkanovski's number 4 and Moicano's number 5. Oh, fucking Zabit snuck up to number 6. What's up? Hey, I forgot who's the one that said it. QC. I don't know. I know. The Celtics just got kicked out of the playoffs. So there you go. Now you can change the channel. Zabit snuck up to number 6. Jeremy Stevens is number 7. Josh Emmett number 8. Mirsad Bektik number 9. And Ricardo Lamas number 10. Okay. Oh, shit. They did take Nate out of the fucking rankings, which they probably should. He hasn't fought fucking forever.
Well, yeah. So. What the fuck? About time.
I'm surprised it took this long, honestly, to take
I was saying I love Nate as much as the next guy, but what the fuck?
Yeah. All right. Looking at the headlines here. I got nothing else. You got anything else you want to bring up before we head out?
Nah. I think we did. I mean, listen, it hasn't been an extremely busy couple of weeks anyway. So
right. Let's hope for some crazy shit this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Keith says, "Sweet. Well, time for a shot of whiskey." Oh, there you go.
Hey now.
There you go, man. Yeah.
So you celebrate.
Anyway, you're right. Yeah. All right. Well, if nothing else, appreciate you guys. You guys did the shit. Shout out to QC. Frederick was in the chat. Raider was here. Jeremiah, loyal homeboy. HMSG was here. Jordan Tremendous. I don't know where the fuck you went. You commented like 3 times and bailed. But all right. And everyone else that fucks with us, guys, we love you guys. Shout out to RipTheWarriors.com. Shout out to Spicy Pros at SpicyPros.com. You can follow Kirby at Kirby_MMA. Jesse's at SWAT1983, and I'm at Ela31, and the show's at Keyboard MMA. You guys are the shit. We love you guys. Catch you guys next week. Enjoy 237. Good night, Wilshire.